Oi, tudo bem? Aqui é Luciana, da Street Smart Brazil. So how do you say to ride your bike in Portuguese? It sounds so simple, right? You probably say it so often in your language in common everyday situations, such as, let's ride our bikes, or I usually bike to work. But it's a little tricky to say it in Portuguese because the literal translation from Portuguese to English doesn't make sense. Let me show you how to say this right in Brazilian Portuguese so you can speak the language with confidence. I will show you two different situations that cover most of our needs. Let's start from the beginning. Here's how you say bicycle in Portuguese. Bicicleta. Bicicleta. Now here's a fun fact. Nowadays, it's common to use the English word bike to talk about bicycles in Brazil. So here's how we say to ride a bike in Portuguese. Andar de bicicleta. I'll say it again. Andar de bicicleta. So you see the literal translation to English is funny. It says to walk by bike, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's how we say it. Now, notice that we don't say my bike or our bikes. I'll show you examples using this, and I want you to see that the expression is always andar de bicicleta. All you need to do is conjugate the verb andar to agree with the person who is riding the bike. The verb andar is a regular verb. I have an app for Android devices that will help you practice the present and past tenses of regular verbs. I will put a link to the app in the video description. So let's see the examples I have for you. Before I read the examples, I want to remind you that I always have all the examples and their translations on the blog post, and I encourage you to watch the video following along with the blog post. I will put a link to the post in the video description. So this one goes: Está dia lindo. Vamos andar de bicicleta mais tarde? Again. Está dia lindo. Vamos andar de bicicleta mais tarde? O que você fez ontem? O que você fez ontem? Andei de bicicleta no parque com uns amigos. Andei de bicicleta no parque com uns amigos. Onde estão as crianças? Onde estão as crianças? Estão andando de bicicleta por aí. Estão andando de bicicleta por aí. Now here's a different situation. Let's say that Carla's car broke down, and André asks her how she's going to work tomorrow, and she says, I will ride my bike to work. So this is a different situation, right? She's talking about going somewhere by bike or riding the bike somewhere. So in Portuguese, you don't say andar de bicicleta. You actually use ir de bicicleta. Ir is the verb to go. So we're saying to go by bike. Ir de bicicleta. You need to conjugate the verb ir to agree with the person who's biking. I have a flashcard app for Android devices that will help you practice the present tense of irregular verbs ser, estar, ter, and ir. I will put a link to the app in the video description. So let me show you examples. Como você vai ao trabalho amanhã? Como você vai ao trabalho amanhã? Vou de bicicleta. Vou de bicicleta. Não gosto de ir de bicicleta ao trabalho em Recife porque faz muito calor. Não gosto de ir de bicicleta ao trabalho em Recife porque faz muito calor. Daniela vai de bicicleta para todo lugar. Daniela vai de bicicleta para todo lugar. Great! I hope this new knowledge will be useful to you and will help you speak Portuguese with more confidence. The best way to retain new knowledge and build upon it is to practice with real-life situations, and we can help. Street Smart Brazil offers Brazilian Portuguese lessons via Skype. It's a simple, convenient, and very effective way to speak Portuguese. Book a trial lesson to get started with us. Thank you so much. Muito obrigada. Tchau, tchau.